Now, I never believed for one goddamn minute that I would be out here telling you guys a drama about me this motherfucking soon. I thought I would be out here telling you guys about some other drama that's been going on in the drama community. I did not think for a million years that I would be making this video. So today we're going to be talking about Jackie Aina and her most recent beef with me. Y'all ready? Let's go.
More money, I want your money, I want more money, I want your money. More money, I want your money, I want more money, I want your money. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. And I'm admitting it, I won't take it back. Cause after this shit, I was a hoe. And I'm admitting it, I won't take it back. Cause after this shit, I was a hoe. More money, I want your money, I want more money, I want your money. More money, I want your money, I want more money.
Because we're from Britain, okay? We don't spill tea, we drink it. Bitch! 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 My, motherfucking my, how the mighty have fallen. So if you guys have been following me on social media, you will already know the shitstorm that has already happened all over my Twitter. This is a Twitter beef that happened between me and Jackie Aina. Now, if you remember 2 weeks ago, I made a video about Jackie Aina, affiliate links and coupon codes, and her opinions on it and why I have an adverse opinion to her.
Affiliate links are used, and apparently for a couple people, that wasn't being open enough.
So how do you set yourself apart? How do you make things a little bit different for yourself? Well, Jackie, the one thing that I really enjoy about you, and the one thing I really enjoy about your videos, is the fact that you represent women of colour. You represent those dark-skinned motherfucking bitches like me. Jackie Aina must have taken some kind of offence to my very diplomatic video and decided that she was going to copyright strike me. So usually what I do is I do a 60-second rundown as to who Jackie Aina is. And since I've already done that before, Jackie Aina is a 29-year-old YouTuber from I'm going to be giving you a 60-second rundown of me, Petty Paige, work. Oh, fuck, why do I keep trying to do that? My funny bone. Okay, work it out. Petty Paige, real name Paige Christie, is a 25-year-old YouTuber and plus-size model from the United Kingdom. Petty Paige started making YouTube videos in March of 2017. Petty Paige is known mostly for her John Cookian content, most notably the John Cookian conspiracies. Petty Paige has been modelling since June 2014. Recently, Petty Paige noticed a gap in the market for a fat, black, opinionated personality, so she decided to create a YouTube channel surrounding YouTube drama. Within Petty Paige's first month, Petty Paige got 6,000 new subscribers.
Yes, doggos! Hey, mama!
Petty Paige made a video 2 weeks ago regarding Jackie Aina and her affiliate links and codes and why she has a completely adverse opinion to her. This was possibly Petty Paige's most controversial video. As you can see from the likes to dislikes ratio, it wasn't a popular opinion. So on the 5th of April 2017, Petty Paige received her very first copyright strike. Now that we're done with that, let me actually break this down to you. About 2 weeks ago, I created a video called Jackie Aina, When Beauty Has Two Faces but Only One Bank Account. This video ended up being somewhat controversial as not everybody shared my same opinion about affiliate links and codes, and that's perfectly fine. Now, obviously, being a small YouTuber, when I posted this video live and I shared it with my followers on Twitter, I tagged Jackie Aina's name in it so that I could gain some notoriety from maybe her watching this video. What I legitimately intended was for this to open a discussion about affiliate links and codes in a way that maybe could be helpful. So in the video, I stated that the best way that we could distinguish between affiliate codes and what aren't affiliate codes, to be completely transparent to our fan bases, is to put an asterisk next to those that are affiliate links. You post what shades and what colours of products it is that you use in your videos. I think that's dope. So how about we use that same initiative for you to use an asterisk? I thought I was out here putting out a suggestion that could really, really help the beauty community decipher who has integrity and who doesn't. Somehow, on God's green earth, Jackie Aina took that as an offensive thing.
95% of you guys understood that. I would say actually 97% of you guys understood that. There's a small percentage of people who just took things out of context and argued against it just because they felt like, well, I'm just gonna take this part of the 30-minute video and I'm just gonna expand on that part because that's the part I did not like. I'm not worried about they. Stay away from they. I'm not worried about them.
Bitch, why are you mad?
So, yesterday, I woke up to a text from my mum telling me your Jackie Aina video is no longer available. So what's the first thing you do if you're a YouTuber? You go and check. I was like, no, my mum, she don't know how to use the internet. She ain't got no clue. She don't know what she's talking about. But lo and behold, the video wasn't there. And then it said that it was taken down by Jackie Aina and left Jackie Aina's personal email address. Not the email address that she sends out for promotions or business, her legitimate email address. Anyway, so the video got taken down and obviously I was a little bit upset. So I sent a tweet because I'm petty as shit, okay? And I have no filter and I will continue to speak. So I said, hey Jackie Aina, next time you want to take my video down, at least at me, bro. I personally think this is the first time that Jackie Aina has ever sent a copyright strike to another channel. Mainly because it seems very, very obvious that she didn't really realise that she was going to be able to be seen and put on blast in that way. Because I think if she knew that I was going to be able to see this information, she would have just spoken to me originally. Anyway, that left me a little bit upset, obviously, for obvious reasons. So I took to YouNow and decided that I was going to be doing a live stream with you guys talking about what had happened and why I was a little bit upset with this situation. And whilst I was live on YouNow, little did I know that shit was going down on Twitter. So a subscriber of mine decided to call Jackie out on her bullshit, let her know about fair use and what it is and what it means, and that she was dead ass wrong for making this copyright, this false illegal copyright strike on a video. And although I've atted Jackie, she atted this girl. And decided that she was going to have a conversation with one of my subs, one of my followers, instead of having a conversation with me. This literally ended up being one of her world famous Twitter rants. So before I get into the Twitter rant and I show you all of the pieces of information, the level of hypocrisy and how I'm going to debunk that all for you, as well as the conclusion of it all, I'm going to be breaking down to you a little bit about YouTube's terms and conditions, YouTube policy, and fair use and copyright claims.
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today.
So if you're a YouTuber and you wanted to put out a video using somebody else's footage, 9 times out of 10 you have to ask for permission. If you get no response and you get no permission whatsoever, then you're not allowed to use that video. Sounds simple, right? But there is a loophole, and this loophole allows people to critique or parody and transform this piece of information into something else. It's the reason that news outlets are allowed to take so many clips from so many different places because of this fair use loophole, that they are allowed to critique the information. As long as the information is being critiqued and not played on its own, then they are free to use that information. The only time that fair use can't be used is if it doesn't ensure the safety of the person who is in the video or it breaches data protection. So if I was going to be critiquing a video about Jackie Aina where there was a video that she talked about where she lived and her telephone number, etc., I wouldn't be able to critique that piece of information because that may not ensure the safety of her and breaches data protection. So when you parody content, that is the way that you are able to use that same information, music, as well as footage, etc., in order to parody that information, then transforming that information into something else. That loophole is the reason that people like Bart Barker and The Key of Awesome are able to do parody music videos because they are transforming what the original piece is into something else. So we've looked at two different, and these are the two main ways that you can use somebody else's footage, somebody else's image, something that people have put out into the public domain, and use it in a video that can be monetized. That's why I was left a little bit confused when my video was taken down and all I did was critique her argument. So something made me think that this girl was more in her feelings than she was really talking about copyright. So, because if it was a purely copyright thing, she would not have felt the need to constantly defend herself if what she was saying was legitimately right. Because YouTube would have done all the talking for her. So now that I've given you a little bit of a brief description of fair use and how it can be used, as well as copyright law and how fair use is that tiny little loophole that can be used, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the fun part. Jackie Aina's Twitter rant.
Are you pressed? Are you mad? Are you upset? Are you sad? Give me a bit, let me give you a hug. Cause you act like nobody shows you love. Get out your feelings, ho. Get out your feelings, ho. You stay complaining, you stay crying, you stay whining, ho. What you need? A pat on the back bit? Or do you need some candy in a pack bit? Cause you always in your goddamn feelings. And that shit be straight up killing me.
So Jackie Aina went on a Twitter rant where she completely lost her shit. I found this Twitter rant very much amusing, purely because I was being exposed to her 90,000 Twitter followers and my tiny 6.5k channel. I was getting more exposure from this Twitter rant than I probably ever got from that video. Now, of course, it didn't take very long for Jackie Aina to delete all of this. However, I have a team behind me which consists of my mum and my partner, and we all work tirelessly to save and screenshot information as it comes. That's why I bring the receipts. So I'm going to be leaving you screenshots of what was said and her reactions to some people's comments in this area over here for you to decide for yourself what she was really tripping about. So let's debunk this information, shall we?
Okay, I'm not done talking yet. You will speak when I'm done.
Oh, honey.
Girl.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one is YouTube is not checking for me like Phil DeFranco or Casey Neistat. They wouldn't rally with me to bully a small channel just to delete a vid. I said in my live stream that it's almost as if these big YouTubers are bullying small channels. Now, I have 6.5 thousand subscribers. She has over 1 million subscribers. What they expect that when a video gets taken down that we cower, that we don't fight our corner because we're scared of this big channel. We don't want our channel taken down. A YouTube channel, and I know I enjoy this and this is so much fun, is neither here nor there to me. I will continue to make content whether they like it or not. You cannot legally use someone's content, music, videos, likeness in your videos without permission, period. But I just did it, right? But did I not? YouTube would not honour a copyright claim if it was false. I could actually legally lose my channel by making false copyright claims. Okay, so here's the part that she clearly doesn't understand, that I'm going to have to break down for you guys. Okay, so YouTube's copyright, this is how it works. Person A, which is Jackie Aina, and person B, which is myself, okay? We get an I'm B, she's A. So A says, hey, that's my content, copyright strike. YouTube, in order not to get in any kind of legal troubles, takes down that video immediately. The video has to be disputed before anything can happen. It just takes the video down. That's the way it works. So person B, which is me, I then have to turn around to YouTube and say, hey, YouTube, you took down my video. This video did not violate any copyright laws. I did not infringe upon any laws whatsoever. So then YouTube's like, so what do you want to do? Do you want us to manually look at it? And then I've got to go, well, yeah, please. So YouTube sends one of their people to have a look at my video and its content and assess whether it falls under copyright. If the video falls under copyright, then I am forced to keep that copyright strike. If they deem the video not copyright infringing, then that means that the information gets sent back to person A and they say, you cannot make a claim against this video any further. We have deemed it as acceptable. But that was clearly something that Jackie Aina was not aware of, considering she's been on YouTube since 200 BC.
Oh, you are so dumb. You are really dumb, for real.
YouTube generally just takes down the video in order to save themselves any legality or any problems. That's just how it works. I could put a copyright strike on any video, it would get taken down until it gets reviewed. That's why it's illegal to make false copyright claims, because you could then get into legal troubles by stopping somebody else's financial profit for false claims. But she didn't know that because she's been around from 200 BC. Remember that? Remember when she said that? Remember? I 100% do not care about post videos, outside opinions, YouTube videos, feature films, etc. exposing or expressing opposing opinions about me. But then she said this. And this. Kinda seems like you care. Kinda seems like you care. This one really fucking gets me. Copyright law is copyright law. There are plenty of channels who talk about me in their videos without using my videos. I tried for as long as I possibly could to search the name Jackie Aina on YouTube to find any other opposing videos or any other videos that weren't Jackie Aina, that wasn't related into anything positive. As in, unless the person was turning around going, hey, Auntie Jackie told me to do this, or oh, I bought this because of Auntie Jackie, Sigma brushes, Auntie Jackie. If it wasn't something that was like that, I found absolutely no other videos. Isn't that surprising to you? Isn't that baffling? I find it baffling. Baffling. I don't know why I want to shout that. I just want to say baffling. She tagged/mentioned me in the video every other week when she did not get the attention she wanted for the first 3 times. If you check my YouTube channel, you will see that that video has been up for 2 weeks. I am a new YouTuber. The fact that she's saying that I was contacting her and tagging her over and over again to try and get her attention is, for me, quite baffling. Baffling! Of course I tagged you. You were involved in the video. It would be a bit weird for me not to tag her. It would almost be a little bit side-eye, like, are you going to say all this about Jackie? You ain't even going to tag the bitch, like, at her. I also added her in another status because of the controversy that was surrounding the video and the likes versus dislikes ratio, and also the comments that people left. I'm not adverse to criticism myself, and I've read them and I understood them. I wanted to debunk the notion that I actually had a problem with Jackie Aina, and I left the status, which I will leave over here. I left the status in which I expressed that I have no problems with Jackie Aina. I like her content, I like her videos, I have been watching her for years. So I have an opposing opinion to her. That's all it is. I don't hate her. I think I even mentioned that in the video as well, but I think people didn't get that far. This video was in no way supposed to be any hate towards Jackie. I really love her videos and I will continue to watch. I just felt like it was important for us to discuss the opposite side of the coin. This person also just snitched on themselves, claiming that their video was purposely taken down before payday. So there was her motive. Hi, I'm Paige. I make YouTube videos, monetize them in order to generate popularity and money. I would very much like to get paid for the content that I make the same way you would like to get paid very much for the affiliate codes that you do not disclose in your videos. Okay, that was shade, I'm sorry, I couldn't, I'm sorry.
And I don't see you out there walking children in nature.
Real quick, talk about fair usage and what that means for YouTube. There is misconceptions and myths. Now in this, she actually tagged the YouTube Q&A section where we talk about fair usage and how it can be used. And it actually clearly says that giving credit to the owner of copyright work won't by itself turn a non-transformative copy of their material into fair use. Okay? Non-transformative. This is what we spoke about earlier about me transforming this material by critiquing it. Oh, this is the part that gets me right. I ask beauty vloggers to abide by FTC laws while not abiding by copyright law in the process, when it was in fact her that infringed on copyright policy. So not only does she not abide by FTC law, she also is making false copyright claims, two very illegal things. I think if there was anyone who was a good product of what it is to be a black woman, it is the woman who is not breaking the law. Before shouting false copyright, it only takes a few minutes to ask a lawyer questions about how copyright and DMCA takedowns work. No motherfucking comment.
Fuck it.
Bitch, the door.
Okay, so we can agree that this entire thing is funny and we're all being petty, etc, etc. I just found it very funny that I actually wasn't the petty person in this situation. I think the pettiness lied on her. She was upset that anybody used her content, period, which makes her exempt from the rules that other YouTubers abide by. That videos can be used as part of critique or parody, as long as the information is transformed into something else. So by me critiquing that, I am transforming that information. One thing I wanted to point out is that she also said that I manipulated the information and turned it into something that it wasn't, making her look money hungry and greedy, which, if you're smart and you understand it, would be transforming that information into something else, therefore deeming it transformative, therefore deeming it as fair use. That definitely was not what I was doing in that video. However, if we're going to be using people's words against them, then I'm going to be telling you that that was transforming information. You just admitted that I transformed the information. And now, with me being the queen of petty, I thought it was only fair if I show an example so that everybody has got it completely clear of how fair use works. So without further ado, please enjoy my Jackie Aina montage with only positive, because she doesn't like negative, critique and commentary.
And now it's powder time.
Jackie Aina is so slim and beautiful, it is untrue.
I don't understand why that may look shady for a lot of people.
Okay guys, okay, so that was petty as fuck, but I wouldn't be petty Paige if I didn't do that. So that's about it guys, tell me what you think. Do you think that Jackie Aina was even more petty than Petty Paige? Or do you think that she was well within her right to take down material because it's hers? Or do you think that YouTube should be changing their rules and regulations in terms of copyright claims and how they work? Let me know down below. I personally think it was less about, oh, you use my material and you're not allowed to do that, you should ask me first, and more about her actually being upset with the information and my opinion that I put out there. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't, I don't give a shit anyway. Also, remember, I don't know which side it is, but there is a bell that you can hit so that you get notifications every single time that I post a video. But remember, that's just my opinion, and don't forget to form your own because I'm just petty.
Get out your feelings, ho. Get out your feelings, ho. You stay complaining, you stay crying, you stay whining, ho. What you need? A pat on the back, bit? Or do you need some candy in the pack, bit? Cause you always in your goddamn feelings, and that shit be straight up killing me.